Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Let's fly high in the sky. Let's see crow as the crow flies.
This is the podcast.
We may be the outcast, but we'll outblast and we outlast anyone in the lane of the podcast. This is my show. If you don't know now, you know. We gonna go to the peak. So high, we may see J Creek.
But never mind about the facts of politics and some of the sneaky tricks they hide behind the wall. And the American great game of football. It's still a nation around here. Black and yellow, black and yellow. If you don't know now, you know. Oh yeah. Religion. We talk about religion and other topics too. As the Crow Flies podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
As the Crow Flies podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As the Crow Flies podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As the Crow Flies podcast. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I forgot to mention he's very, very handsome.
Yo. Welcome to an impromptu episode of As the Crow Flies podcast. As you can see, I'm your boy, T. Crow, by myself. Just got a couple things to go over real quick. And as usual, we're testing out equipment because we don't have an engineer. If you're an engineer and you want a job, you think I'm bullshitting, as my other co-hosts, we're doing big things and we're about to do even bigger things. So anyway, people, welcome aboard, and we're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to talk about a couple interesting topics here. This motherfucker here, my other co-host, Nikki Jean, Jesus Christ. Just make some cupcakes and be quiet. And by the way, people, don't forget, May, we're in April now. Yeah, May 17th, if I'm not mistaken. Or hold on a second. It is 17th. May 17th, we will be giving the food, non-perishable items, canned goods and things of that nature, because the food pantry down here shut down and they don't have enough to give away to people. So we'll be giving food away, and then there'll also be clothes, a lot of clothing to give away. Like I said, I got shoes, Jordans, and things of that nature to give away. So all you people, come on down, man. Share the videos, share the news feed that we're putting out. Make sure people get out there and get things that they need. On behalf of As the Crow Fly podcast, it's probably offensive. Myself, Nikki Jean, Tony Dover. And I got a whole nother crew, Vicky Williams. The list goes on and on. We got a nice crew set up, and we will be taking care of those people. Okay, got a couple topics to talk about real fast here. Like I said, I'm going off the top of the dome, so please excuse me. But I ran into something the other day that Minister Farrakhan says. I know a lot of people who watch my show, they might be white, they're not tuned in with Mr. Farrakhan, but black people are. And, Derek Miller, peace, fam. That's my cousin, y'all. He's a great dude. Hey, blood, first cousin. Blood, that's my guy. We go at it, but it's all friendly and it's all love, and we just have fun on Facebook and shit, and that's all it's about. I don't take this banner personally, so anybody out there that do, listen, I'm your boy. I don't take it personal. You can say whatever you want about Michael Jordan. I just think he's the GOAT, and you might think LeBron, you might think Steph Curry. Hey, listen, ain't nothing about that. We just do what we do. But back to what I was saying. What was I saying? I got ADD, runs in the family. Oh, yeah. About what Minister Farrakhan was saying. He was talking about how President Trump and his administration is fighting the battle for poor indigenous black people. And I say black people don't like Trump. All the people I know, they hate him. You already know, man, fam. It's nothing but love, fam. We ain't nothing, man. That bullshit don't even matter. Like I tell everybody, I'm gonna get back to that. You know, I got ADD, but I'm talking to my cousin right now, so y'all respect that. Like I tell everybody, man, Jordan don't pay my bills. I just think he's a goat. I don't even buy his shoes no more because they cost too much. You know, I'm old now. I don't pay attention to that shit. I just think he's a goat. That's my opinion. He don't pay my bills. I would not fight over him. I would not even love over him. He's just another man like I am. He's the goat at what he does. I'm the goat at what I do. And that's just all it is, fam. And I just like to pull tugs. And I like to troll because we have some damn good fun. And I love stepping on toes. You know that's how we do it, fam. Nothing but love. But back to what I was saying, you know, what Minister Farrakhan saying is that President Trump is fighting our battles. He's going against the FBI. Remember J. Edgar Hoover? They did all that to King. He's going after Congress. He's going after the House of Representatives. He's going after all these things that hurt black people. And I know the narrative is that, you know, Trump's a racist. He's this, that, and third. So what? So what? And listen, if he's a racist, but he's fighting our battles, let him do it. Let him do it. Because we need somebody up there that's going to fight for us. And they can say, well, this, that, and the third, they were there, they didn't fight. No. They won't. Listen, the powers that be won't let your motherfucking ass in if you fight for the rights of black people. Now, a lot of people are going to take that and run with it. I get it. Trust me. It's not meant with any disrespect. Y'all just don't know. But if you know, you know. You can't come to power and preach for the rights of black people without getting killed. And everyone that's done it has been killed. Lincoln, shot in the head. Kennedy, shot in the head. Malcolm X, killed. Robert F. Kennedy Sr., shot, dead. JFK, shot, dead. Listen, that's what happens. That's called life. And we get it. This is called running in this country. But Trump, for some reason, this motherfucker don't give a fuck. He's going at whoever. And I ain't mad at him. And everybody like, oh, you're a Trump supporter. Well, guess what? Did Biden and Kamala fight for you for real? Did they really fight for you? You might think they did, but did they really? Do your own research, people. Stop being sheep and look deep into the covers. They really didn't. And I'm not saying put Trump on my wall. I'm not saying put Trump on my back. I'm just saying just look. And if something negative that can be a positive for you, take it. Take your blessings and be happy with them. I'm not saying he's the greatest thing since sliced bread because he's not. Only thing I'm saying is he's fighting some battles that we need fought. And guess what? Let him do it. Speaking of the president, now this is going to go to an athletic point. You know, Stephen A. Smith is running. He's been doing a lot of shit here and there about, and his talks about running for president, right? Now, I don't know what kind of president the man to be, but they're pushing him. You know why they're pushing him? And they're pushing him with the Democrats because they think that he might be able to do something that other Democrats couldn't do. That means get votes. And why do you think they're pushing him? Because he's the most popular sportscaster on TV. And our number one distraction, like the Romans paraded out the gladiators and all that shit, is sports. Sports is our modern day gladiators. And he's the number one sports personality out there. So they got that man out there to garner votes. This man doesn't know his ass from a hole in the wall when it comes to politics. I sometimes believe he don't know his ass from a hole in the wall when it comes to sports. But if that's what he wants to do, more power to him. But I tell you what he can do. And I mean, I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan, and people that know me know this. But what he can do, he can debate. Because he has researchers and everything pull up his knowledge and everything for that, so he can debate. So if you're going to be Kamala Harris and debate him, you're going to lose. He would beat Donald Trump in a debate. He would beat a lot of people in a debate. One thing he can't beat those LeBron James in a fight, and he knew that. He backed his motherfucking ass down quick, didn't he? Yeah. But listen, he's running for he's going to run for president, and I think people should know this. And I just want to say that. And that's one thing I got to talk about him. But there's another thing in sports I like to talk about. Man, oh man, who robbed Floyd Mayweather? He talked about the billions of dollars he made. He talks about this, that, and the third, which he did generate. He generated billions, right? And I ain't mad at that. But out of those billions, he probably netted, like they were thinking, he netted maybe 400 to 500 million of that. So that's what he supposedly net, but he had to pay taxes and things that he got in debt, got in trouble. But we're not going to talk about that because I don't know that to be a fact. Only thing I know is that a lot of people are talking about Floyd having money problems. I'm like, dude, if you had a career and you made 500 million, 600 million, $1 billion, how are you having money problems? I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand how you have money problems. And if you are having money problems, financial illiteracy is a big thing among our people. You know, other races, they dealt with money a lot. We come from nothing, so we really didn't deal with money. So, oh yes, Stephen Glenn. Hey, listen, you can call into the show 937-926-1641, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Call in, Stephen Glenn, and tell me. I know that he left school because he wanted $2 million, or he was getting $2 million. He wanted $4 million, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, like I say, 937-926-1641. Call into the show and tell your talk. We'll talk about it. But we need to teach in urban and lower income communities financial literacy. And my man Mark Muhammad, he's the leader of Moss 71 out here on Sunset. I tell you what, people, Mark Muhammad has a financial literacy class that poor people need to go to because we're poor for a reason. We have money, we just blow it. And if Floyd Mayweather blew $500 million in cash like that, you need to check it out. We got a call coming in, people. Yo, welcome to As the Crow Flies Podcast. What's happening?
Long time no here.
Yes, sir. It's been a long time. How you feeling?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I can't complain. So
we're all complaining right now.
Well, yeah, that's what they say. But man, listen, as long as you're living and your mind is breathing, you shouldn't complain. Hey, what topic you got to talk about real quick?
Okay, about that Tennessee quarterback. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh man, listen, Nico. I tell you what, man, he's a good quarterback, and this is going to be a problem with NIL coming up because I tell you who the real problem is going to be with is somebody like Jeremiah Smith. He's a freshman, and he's a prodigy. He could just walk out right now and be like, "Look, I want $7 million," and then what would Ohio State do? They would have to cough it up, or he's going to walk because someone will give that young man $7 million. Now, I'm not saying that's cool, but my cousins told me this that there should be a salary cap on NIL.
Yeah, it should be a cap and a contract.
Yes, but what the contract is be like coaches. You sign a contract, but the coach can leave, and he's okay. So what kind of contract would you propose?
I would propose, and since they have to stay 3 years anyway, 3-year contract. And if they try to leave before then, they just do like a buyout clause.
So you saying
that's what?
So in other words, you're saying that if they sign a 3-year contract, they're bound to that school for 3 years, or to that contract for 3 years?
I would say for that school for 3 years. Because football, the rules are you have to be 21 or 3 years before you can turn pro.
True. Okay, now what happens if, say, Jeremiah, he was a freshman. We're going to say you're a bad boy. We're going to give you $2 million off the rip. After the year he had last year, his jersey sales and everything increases. So he comes back and asks for $4 million, right? Like Nico did. And Ohio State says no. You're saying he's bound to that contract that he signed, right?
Yep.
And what if
bound to that contract to keep him there, because it's going to get out of hand. If he goes to a different school, they could double $8 million. The next player that just like in 10 years from now, going to ask for more and more and more. That's where the reason why they ask for contracts. There has to be a cap on the transfer portal, all of that.
I agree with you. And my cousins told me about this last week, right? And I didn't really agree with them. I'm like, well, the coaches and everything, but what's going to happen is what I'm thinking is that if you're a superstar, if this is my son, I'll be like this. Look, sign a 1-year contract. Are you saying every contract should be 3 years, or can you sign a 1-year deal? If you're that dude, and you know you're that dude, I'm going to sign 1 year. Like, I think in the NFL, running backs should sign 1-year contracts. Unless you get a deal like Saquon got. But he's the only one that's getting that.
Yeah, he's the only one that's going to get that. There'll be no other running back that will ever get that.
No. And you know what's funny? He should have got more. He should have got more. He just changed them up, man. As long as he's healthy and he plays well, they're going to be a threat. But back to college, like a lot of female players, like, there was some that could have came out this year, but they chose to stay in school because of the NIL money. And, the WNBA isn't paying what NIL's paying. And
that's what's going to change too. Women's sports, I bet that's going to, demand money.
It has to, and
it has to, yeah.
And because exactly, because someone like Juju's making so much money now in college that she probably would hate to go pro. And that's crazy. Can you imagine? Before I let you go real quick, because I got to get back, but before I let you go, I want you to tell the people, what would Reggie Bush garner today?
What would Reggie Bush? I think he'd be right up there with Jeremiah Smith.
Easy. Everybody had those number 5 jerseys on.
Yep, I have one.
My son had one. Hey, man, it's been great talking to you, man. And listen, don't be a stranger. Call in anytime.
Okay, all right.
Hey, people, Stephen Glenn, man, that's my guy, man. We go way back. I ain't going to tell you our age, but we go back. Great talking to you.
Way back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Thank you. Later. Hey, yo, that was Stephen Smith, man. Great guy. Very educated guy. But he had a great point. What are you going to do? Because Nico does this, and he goes out, and some team pays him that $4 million, you're going to open up Pandora's box, and guess what happens? Every other great college student is going to be like that. Like, you know what? I went out. I want to go. And this team here, Alabama's going to give me $7 million. So you're just, all hell's going to break loose in college football and college sports. I mean, it's hell. It can go like that in basketball, women's basketball, softball, baseball, which they don't garner as much attention. But, yeah, this could get very ugly. And I'm interested to see how people do this. And great call. Great talk. And back to what we were saying, that Mark Muhammad, man, he has this, Stephen, you remember him, has a financial literacy class going on at his mosque. And I suggest that a lot of parents, you go or you send your children there if you think they have a chance to be in one of these great athletes or making this kind of money. Because, listen, easy come, easy go. And the old trap is like, you know how Monopoly goes. We all play Monopoly. That's real life. I'll let you get that because I'm going to get it back. And that's all they're doing. How did Floyd Mayweather lose that kind of money? And he's a promoter. Makes you wonder, like, look, man, we gotta put something in our people and in this system about financial literacy. And instead of teaching these kids social studies or history, listen, history, I can tell my kids history in 2 or 3 days. And so couldn't you. We need to learn about history and know history, but what's more important is setting up the future. Because history's already been there and done that. We need to set it up for the future so these kids don't grow up like that and lose $1 million. Do you know they gave someone $350,000 and he lost that shit within a year? $350,000. Do you understand what kind of money that is? and I know it don't sound like a lot to a lot of you ballers out there, but that's a lot of money that could change your life. It could put you in a better position with real estate, with a house, with everything that you're trying to do. Start your small business. Don't blow it on $1,000 Fendi jeans, on special made Jordans that cost $700, $800, $1,000. You know what? You buy that kind of shit, and then you can't wear it all the time because guess what? Everybody gonna see you in it 3 days a week. So you're paying that kind of money to wear that shit once. Terrible. It's terrible. No, darling, we wasn't taught by our parents. And that's because our parents didn't have financial literacy. And that's what we have to do for the future generation. Whether it's our kids or grandkids, we have to somehow promote that. And I think some of us on the right path, but we got to get everyone on the right path. Because it's not all bad where people think it's bad. But they keep the wealth within their families, and you can see it. Now we're older, we're in our early 50s, we can see it. We're like, damn, didn't see that before. Now you see it. And guess what? Our kids need to see it. So listen, these families have been set up since the early days, and now their kids are set up, and so forth. No one's struggling. You look at our families and our generations, we work, yes, but they struggle every generation. We struggle, and we're like, damn, how do we get better? It's financial literacy. You gotta know what to invest in. Listen, Black people and people of color and people that live in rundown neighborhoods. You think you don't have money? You got a lot. You got most of the money that's being spent. That's the difference. You're blowing it on these jeans because you want to look good in the hood. Man, listen. I used to have the same fucking aspirations. That's not it. Who wants look, man, I got more money now than I ever had back in the day, and I'm in the sweat. You don't need to impress the hood. Here's how you impress the hood. You show them how to get out or make the hood better. That's how you impress the hood. You don't impress the hood by having the nicest car, having the finest clothes. I was blind once. And I wish I had someone telling me different. Because that money I blew back then, I'd have now. I don't buy shit now unless I have to. Because who am I impressing now? I got a legacy that I'm trying to build and want to leave behind. You understand? It's not about me. It used to be, and that's when I was young and selfish. But that's where we, as the older people, have to come in and let them know that there's tomorrow. You see, when we were in the ghetto and shit, we lived for today. We didn't live for tomorrow. And listen, God rest their souls who didn't get to see tomorrow. But what about the people who get to see tomorrow? We have to prepare them for that so they can prepare future generations and so forth. So we're not the ones left behind. We're not the ones that got to depend on the government for handouts when we have enough within ourselves. We have to come to work together, people. And listen, don't look for the government or the next man for the handout. Get your motherfucking lazy ass up, go to work, and then work with someone else who's working. I guarantee you, man, we'll get there. Hey, Darlene. And you know what's funny? Darlene called herself a spoiled brat. You know what? So what? And here's the funny thing about it, Darlene. Our generation didn't grow up like that, but this is what we're making our kids, spoiled brats. And in this generation and in this time zone, spoiled brats not the way to be because hard work is looked down upon. Everybody wants that tech money. Everybody wants to get rich fast. You know what? Only 1% do that. So if you take 100 kids, only one of them will be able to get rich fast. What about the other 99? They're looking at that. They want to live that lifestyle. They're only able to live this lifestyle. Let's teach them a trade. And you know, man, this is so much deeper than what I want to go into, but JVS is a great thing. Listen, college is not for everyone. They took a lot of these trades out of JVS. And this is a big story. I can tell you what, and man, because a lot of black kids, everybody gonna think it's racial, and it is. This is how they separated the hoods and they took dads away from the homes because JVS was teaching people how to be plumbers, electricians, HVAC, HVAC workers. They don't have that shit in JVS anymore. They got some. They don't have it all. And it's because people were coming out of school, getting a great job, moving on up. And the powers that be said, you know what? Stop that shit. Make them go to a trade school to learn that and have to pay. And they know people from our communities can't pay. So we got to somehow take over the school administration, school boards, and put that shit back in JVS. Give these kids something to look forward to so when they graduate, they're not just sitting on the corners. They're not just laying around because college isn't for everyone. And you know what? With how high rent is and how high mortgage is, they're going to be in your fucking basements for the rest of their lives because who's going to afford to get anything without a great paying job? And we got to be able to get this money to these kids. Listen, get them a truck, get them something. Listen, put your name out there. You can go work in Dayton. You can work here in Springfield. You can work in Columbus. You do great work, your name will go and you will make something. And that's what we have to do. You have to learn a trade. Listen, everyone don't do nails. Do nails. Everyone that do hair, learn to do hair. Everyone that is not a pipe fitter. Everyone's not a plumber. Everyone's not an electrician. Everyone doesn't do drywall. Learn something and be the best at it. And I guarantee you, it's not glamorous like being a baller or being an NBA player, but only 1% of 1% do that. And that's where we lie to our kids and we tell them, you can do that. No, you can't. I had my kids to tell you. I was the one who tell them, no, you can't. It's not in your DNA. You're not tall enough. You're not this. Those guys got lucky. God blessed them with that. But God blessed you with something as well. And use that. And these kids are out here killing each other. They're killing their parents. Why? Because we have let them go. Listen, when children are involved, right, and things of that nature, we're in control of that. This is our downfall. And I was telling someone the other day, the way this youth is our fault. As elder statesmen and stateswomen, this is our fault. Exactly, Darlene. This is what I'm saying. He already got a degree, right? And that degree costs a lot of money, but he played football, so I think it was paid for by football, right? But imagine if he just went ahead and just said, sometimes you got to say hell with it. But you know what? I'm glad he got to play football because my sons love to play football. They got to live out their dreams. But guess what? Get to the money. Get to the money. And JVS can provide that for these kids, and there's apprenticeship programs, right? So your son, he gets this going, he can take on an apprentice from JVS, and it helps both people out. It helps your son get ahead because he's getting extra labor, but it's also teaching, and he's getting his credits. So whether he don't have to pay him right now, and that puts extra money in your sons to grow his business. That's called one hand washing the other. It's called communal help. Thank you. Yep, Baron. Pipe fitter, $64 an hour. Huh? Man, you listen, nurses and skilled technicians don't make $64 an hour. This is what I'm talking about. We have to teach our children something. And like I'm in my grandson's ears all the time. They'll tell you, nah, this bullshit, and this is not where it's at. Tell my sons, this is not where it's at. We have to understand where it's at and where it's going. And a skilled trade is what you're going to need in America to survive. Because guess what? Minimum wage $13. And that's what they're paying you at McDonald's. They can tell you that motherfucking heat bill $300 a month. That damn food is $200 a week. What's $13 going to do? That's the same thing we made when we was making $3.35. You ain't going to make it. Unless you got a whole bunch of people working together. That's terrible. So the children have to be taught something. Yes, the school is a good. So we have to teach our kids, look here. What's your end goal? Go to JVS, learn a trade. Go to trade school. Get that trade. And they don't even realize that grants and everything are paid for it. And man, listen, they'll do a year learning, being an apprentice. 2 years, they got their own business. They don't even know it, making gravy money. Get your motherfucking ass off this out of the clouds. Come on back down to reality. Come on back down to reality. There was something else I wanted to talk about. President, I'll talk about that. Oh, yeah. And see, man, listen, we're talking about schools and stuff. I'm so sick and tired of Springfield being in such a bad light. Somebody tell me, how do we don't have enough bus drivers? And I don't really blame Springfield. I don't blame the drivers. I blame the state and the federal and the state government. Why wouldn't you pay these people more? They have a CDL. They went to school to learn to drive. They have Class B. I'm pretty sure it takes Class B, but they went to school to learn this. You only work 9 months out of the year, 9.5, whatever it is. You should pay them more. Teachers should make more. You guys don't put the government itself does not prioritize elementary fundamentals such as education, which is what we need to keep these kids off the streets, and we got to keep them engaged. You need to pay these teachers more. You need to pay everyone, including the cafeteria workers, more money. Exactly. Why would you want to do it? Pretty soon, every kid is going to be homeschooled or go to a private school. But damn, how the hell are we going to be able to pay for a private school when, once again, the cycle continues? How can we go to private school? We can't afford it. Listen, I don't know who to touch. I don't know who to talk to. But this shit has got to stop. I woke up this morning, or was it yesterday morning, and when I went to work, my WHI news thing came on. I'm like, it said, local school districts closed today for lack of bus drivers. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of propaganda bullshit is this? This is some fucking bullshit. Come to find out it was Springfield. Like, what? See, I work in Columbus. So I'm thinking, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm thinking to myself, no one cares about the kids. And here's the thing, people. I know it looks funny right now, but these kids grow up to be our leaders. They grow up to be the upstanding citizens in our community. And if you don't see what's happening, I can't tell you, because you see what they're doing. The city schools were closed. Who's going to still be the leaders? Who's going to still be the upstanding citizens? They don't go to the city schools. Come on, man. If we don't start taking care of ourselves and loving one another, it's going to be a constant circle. And you don't see this. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying it's their fault. No. We're all programmed a certain way, and this is the programming. I'm trying to unplug the programming for everyone and put everyone on the same scale and say, look here, let's let the best be the best, and let's have a meritocracy. If you do what you do diligently, you can succeed. That's all. That's all I want. And that's about all I have to say for tonight. I just had a little thought about the youth, and man, we got to do better. And it's not their fault; it's our fault. And like I say, April 17th, man, we need to collect by April 17th. I'm collecting right now non-perishable items, and I have a lot of clothing. So get with me, and I'll have some flyers out shortly. Let you know where to drop stuff off. And anybody got anything to say? You got 5 seconds to call in, 937-926-1641. Call in, say what you got to say. And I'm going to read some of these comments real quick and get back to the people. Other than that, we'll be signing off in 5 minutes. Dayton's. Hey Kim, that hospital. That's not a hospital. That's a high school. Was it a vocational high school? Oh yeah. Damn. You guys, man. Hey Baron, I see what you said about one of your teachers. You guys are funny, but I don't get to read the comments. Oh yeah, darling. They are out there 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Motherfuckers, get up and go get a job. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Hey people, man, it's been a great show. Glad you guys chimed in. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate your support. I just had to get this off, and as always, thank you for your support. And oh, by the way, Kim, that was a vocational school, huh? See, vocational schools are great, and I think. Listen, I know I'm supposed to sign off, but I think there should be more vocational schools than just traditional educational schools. Reason being is for that the lack of jobs, and these students, man, they lose interest. They don't want to come to school. Give them something that they're going to do. If you love your job, it's not work. If you love going to school, man, you're not going to class. You're going to school. Think about that. And I'm going to sign off here. And I'm going to get back with you guys tomorrow. My partner, Anthony Scott Dover. Nikki Jean won't be here. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you for your support. And one love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're tuning out, but not for long. Catch the vibe and sing along. Stay with us through thick and thin. In this game, we all win. As the crow flies, so do we. High above, just wild and free. Tuning in to break the rules. Podcast love for all you fools. Goodbye's a word we hate to use. But for now, we
Hey, Keith. Hey, Baron, I ain't gonna call you Kenneth. Baron, you will see me, man. Listen, we gotta get together. Your food trucks will be jumping. I'll come and do a podcast at your food truck. And I'll promote it, and I'll eat some of that great sandwiches you make. Oh, yeah.
In this fight we all adore. Catch the winds and feel